What's this say? I'm like George Bush a bit, don't I? George Bush? Alright, so I've got a question here. Just forget that first few 10 seconds. Why are most cyclists overweight? There's a cat right here. Why are most cyclists overweight, aren't they? Oh, Roxy. Oh, little Roxy puss. Little scramble puss. Roxy wants to go in the window up here. Most cyclists are overweight because they can't restrict. I was just listening to a podcast where they talked about, I think on Cycling Tips, it was called freewheeling or something like that. And this chick was talking about, this two girls talking about eating disorders in the peloton and how they felt judged and stuff like that. It's like, well, you're in the wrong sport if you're worrying about being judged for being a few kilos overweight. I mean, we this is cycling. This is like people paying crazy markup prices for parts that have little titanium bolts and a carbon shell for the derailleur. So if you're a pro cyclist or a cyclist that wants to be a racer and your director sportif is critiquing you for being a bit tubby, understand this is cycling. It could be ballet, it could be running, it could be boxing, weight class, martial arts, right? So that's pretty crazy, man. I had to sort of cringe at that one. I was just like, man, get out then, quit. If you don't want to be judged for your physique, then don't be on social media. Don't try and be a pro cyclist. Don't focus on watts per kilo. You know what I mean? This is how it is. We all judge each other on our physical appearance. 100%. You know what I mean? If a girl goes to a strip club, she's paying to see some strippers. She ain't going to want to see a natural guy. She's going to want to see a fake natty. The guy's got credentials where it matters. And that's fine. But I love it when these people out there are saying, "Oh, I felt judged by the coach or whatever because I was a like, what? Like, that's like becoming a boxer and someone punches you in the head and you're going, like, boxing's really violent. Like, I didn't like getting punched in the head in the ring. It's like, well, what are you doing as a boxer, So anyway, that's just one more little personal side of the thing. The other side is this girl, this rider. I got nothing personal against her, but I was feeling a bit frustrated listening to her. I think her name was Molly or someone. And she was an ex-pro rider. And she was saying, like, we'd eat healthy and I could never be skinny enough, according to the coaches and stuff. And, it wasn't like I was going home and eating sugar straight from the bag. And I'm like, dude, you should be doing that. Because if you're not, you're going to be going, open up the pantry and go, where's the fatty chocolate stuff? And you're going to be stuffing your face full of fat and protein, which is fine if you want to be a sumo wrestler or a rugby player. But if you want to be a skinny cyclist, then it's all about watts per kilo. And then you got the fat you eat is the fat you wear. So basically, you got your Durace DR2 derailleur here, and that's carbon. That's carbs. Carbon, lightweight. And also what the cyclist does, who's following the mainstream nutrition paradigms, go, carbs are bad, sugar's bad, eat more fat and protein. So basically just getting oil and just smashing it. Fat, just smashing your derailleur full of fat. Imagine that, just you have a 1 kilo derailleur for all this fat you're eating, you know what I mean? Every time you eat fat, you just slap it on your derailleur. Imagine that, this is a good metaphor here. And some people got 10 kilo derailleurs on their bikes because carbs are bad. Carbs bad. Got to have more fat, and protein. So they're just lugging all this mass onto their bike. It's crazy. And that's why you always see my girlfriends over the years, to brag, they're always like super slim, all right? And they look like professional models without the cocaine and the starvation, okay? Carbs, people. Sugar is your friend. White rice is your friend. Fruit is your friend. Fruit juice is your friend. Jam's your friend. Anything that's high carb, low fat, and comes from a plant is going to be really good for you. If it tastes sweet or it's starchy, okay? That's just how it is. And so people can fight that. And so there's many things in that podcast that got me triggered as a sort of a coach role. Saying, man, I don't like seeing people suffer, like, it's just like, it's like doing your derailleur limit screws, and put your derailleur into the spokes. I'm like, oh, that's such a nice derailleur. Why would you want to put that into the spokes, man? Have your derailleur screws set properly. Eat enough carbs so you're not binging out on all the fat and protein and gaining all this weight. And then they're talking about doing a fast. to lose weight. And I'm like, oh my God, that's going to set you up for some disordered eating. If you don't have an eating disorder already, doing a water fast or intermittent fasting, guarantee will set you up for some eating disorders 100%, because then you get really hungry. They call it post-starvation hyperphagia. I'm not starving, I'm doing a fast. Your cells go, dude, you're fasting. You're starving, man. The cells don't know what a fast is. That's starvation. There's carbs coming in, because calories aren't calories. You subscribe to calories in, calories out, you're going to fail hard in life, metabolically speaking. There's a little tangent here, we'll swap for a second. Let's say you got, 3,000 calories of apples and 3,000 calories of KFC. That's 3,000 calories in, calories out. Greg Duché, I'm a fake netty 140 a week. Calories ain't calories, man. There's no way you're going to look, smell, feel, perform the same on 3,000 calories of apples, fruits, rice, and sugar as 3,000 calories of KFC. It's not, the calories ain't calories, man. When it comes to, on paper, yeah. But when it comes to real life, calories ain't calories. So what you choose to eat is going to make you smell different, taste different, feel different, digest different, perform different, think different. So if you think calories are calorie, man, you're thinking in the wrong realm, and you're going to have poor results in life. You're going to have poor mood, poor performance, poor flavor, poor smell, poor taste. Everything isn't going to be optimized what it could be. And then, so you have these people who do it to you when you're fasting, you're starving. Yeah, I'm not starving, I'm doing a fast because I'm into health. Okay, cool. That's your ego, that's your brain thinking that, but then your brain tissue is going, wow, we've got no food. We better start learning how to store food. We need to upregulate our fat adaptation, meaning we're going to store more fat. Okay, that's as simple as that. You see people, just all you have to do is go on a forums like a low carb forum or intermittent fasting forum and go back a couple of years, all right? And then just read through the forums and then just pick someone and just DM them and say, hey, how you doing these days? And you'll notice that they're all struggling with weight, all right? Struggling on the diet yo-yo round, merry-go-round, yo-yo diets all the time, all right? So you might see someone, oh, they lost weight, I'm gonna do that too. But what about a year later? You know what I mean? This is like saying, I'm going to run my DO2, I didn't charge my batteries, I'm riding, no worries. So I was like, wow, he hasn't charged his DO2, he just keeps riding, wow. Well, how did he go to 2 months later when the battery was dead? How'd you go later when your body goes into post-starvation hyperphagia and you're just chowing down all the food of all sorts? Your body's so hungry, it's like, I ain't eating rice, I ain't eating fruit, I ain't eating sugar, I'm eating chocolate, I'm eating KFC, I'm eating deep fried stuff, and I'm going to gain as much weight as possible. Because your body's, you've starved your cells, and the cells come back. Just like you can try and stay awake for 48 hours, you can take drugs, do whatever you want to do, mental stuff, stress stuff, cortisol. Eventually your body's going to go, okay, cool, we need sleep now, and we're going to crash you. We're going to crash you driving your car, So this is what happens, man. People just don't get enough sleep, they fall asleep behind the wheel. They have a micro sleep and crash. People don't get enough carbohydrate calories, and they go and binge out, and then they go and starve, and then they go and binge. And in the meantime, performance is gone. I know because I've been there myself, man. That's why I can talk with such, conviction and passion, because I've been there myself, trying to be pure but what quickly turned me around is because I use a thing called a power meter. And so I was using my power meter in 2009, and I was like, hang on, I can't struggle to push 250 watts. I'm getting dropped at 250 watts. This ain't right. And I just thought, screw this, I'm getting more carbs in. And then within 5 minutes, my power's going back up. I'm like, so power meters are fantastic. They're priceless things. Anyway, that's the deal. Why are most cyclists overweight? Most cyclists are overweight. Most runners are overweight because they do yo-yo diets. They cut their carbs and they rebound. Look at that guy called Triathlon Taran. We'll do a video about that. See ya.